to a very long cobweb that's dancing in the studio. We have all sorts of critters here. Woo! Oh, it's all over me. That's the beginning of the energy zesting. Welcome to Start You Up. We've got 45 minutes and we're going to re-energize our bodies. We are going to reinvigorate our minds. We're going to reconnect with our soul. We're going to put it all together. So take a moment, take a deep breath, and just be present. If you're out traveling around, chatting with somebody, come on. Kind of turn your head off, get some nice deep breaths so that you let go of the chatter in your mind. And just feel your feet, kind of feel the energy coming up. Such a blessing to have each and every one of you here in this community. It's growing, and magic is happening. Thank you, thank you. I would like you to just roll those shoulders easily, get that oxygen going. We're going to start with a little energy zesting, just to kind of push our energy away. Feel that? You can kind of get a feel for the energy. You just whoosh. It just moves that upper body, but you're feeling the balance in your feet. Just getting it moving. Beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and take it across. Notice this is our midline, and we're going to cross. That's partly how you balance your energy. You move it around. The fascinating things is we are all energy, we are all connected, and we are always changing. I know. When I first heard that, when I was doing my feng shui certification, I had a hard time grappling with that in my Mr. Head, you know. And lift, take it up, feel that core, but it's the energy that we're moving. Yes, oh my gosh, the squirrels are out having the time of their life this morning. They're playing. A little bit of spring is thinking about coming. We had beautiful weather here, the Pacific Northwest the last few days, sunshiny and gorgeous. I was down at the beach and it was sunny at the Oregon coast. That's what we call exciting. Doesn't happen often. All right, I just want you to take it right here and we're going to tap. Tapping releases stuck things, stuck energy. Yeah, there's no right or wrong way to do it. We're just doing the energy zesting, which is great to do first thing in the morning. It's also wonderful, go ahead and just bring it right here. It's also wonderful in the afternoon if you're having like an energy slump, or if you're about to give a presentation or have a confrontation. A good way to get your energy aligned and re-energize yourself, but also align your energy. And one of the things I want to talk about today, we talked about consumption last week, and I'm not going to give that up, but I want about giving your power away, giving your energy away. It's two different things, but it's similar. So you want to go right here, sternum, thymus, whatever you want to call it. It's right there. This is really good activating your white blood cells. Beautiful. And then we're going to go right to the very top rib, right there. And just do a little tap. Excellent. You're waking it up. So, right to the very top of your crown. Lengthen that spine. Feel that oxygen running up and down your spine. Oxygen infused. Right between your eyes. Beautiful. So where in your life do you give away your power or your energy? There's many things that have come across the mirror, I call it my mirror, when I get to look at things head on, where I have habitually given away my power or my energy to certain situations, trying to people please and doing all those things. It's kind of fascinating. But I encourage you, go right to your belly button now. I encourage you to go ahead and take a look at those areas. Just be curious. Poke at them. Be curious about them. Now, right here, this is your sacral chakra. This is where your power is. Think about it. You know, in the dance world, we call it our dancer square. You know, it's everything comes from here. Your core, all your organs are in there. So this is definitely your power. And so if you're feeling you're giving your power away, sometimes it's good to just stop, take that oxygen and feel your power center. Just ground back in, just come center, and breathe with that. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. Palms down, rotate around your spine. I had some not so happy news this week, a little conversation. And so I did a practice that worked really, really well. So instead of being saddened or upset more, going down the rabbit hole, I took a moment and I did some deep breathing. Now go ahead, gorilla arms, because they're just like loose. And I just sat still and did some deep breathing and became just aware of my breathing in the moment and stopped that thought pattern. And then I took on a creative project. And I will tell you that I have had much better results about not going down that rabbit hole. And because the other thing about, being curious or being creative, both of those things hit the neuroplasticity and everything engages. But I want to tell you something that is not good for you. You should probably do it anyway. How about the infinity? No, it's good for you. So when we scroll, yeah, I'm sure nobody does that. And you scroll through things, your head just kind of goes, bing, bong. It just kind of, there's no creativity, there's no curiosity. It simply goes ding, ding. So you're not getting anything happening. You're not getting any neuroplasticity. You're not activating. You're not creating. You're just being stagnant and dinging and pinging, right? Which doesn't do a damn thing for you, ever. So spending the time doing that really is like paralysis. Okay, enough about my soapbox, but you know how I feel about those things. The idea is to spend more time in creativity and curiosity and, think, don't try and figure things out. Just be curious, because when you're curious, there's no judgment. It's great. You can poke at it and think about it and, maybe do some research, be curious about something and create something. Do some creative endeavors, if you will. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to pull our energy up right here and swoosh it down. Feel that core working, waking up our hamstrings. One more time, yes. And now we get to do the shimmy. Yes, we get to do the shimmy. Oh, beautiful. And see, I'm just kind of, see what we're doing here? Just waking up that spine, yeah? And a little bit. Go ahead, into that low back. And it's just merely opening it up, getting the oxygen in there, the blood flowing. But if you dance your way out the door, I bet you have a better day. Movement, breath. That's what keeps us going. So vitally important. So vitally important. Yes, yes, yes. And I want you to take a deep breath and just rotate that head slowly. We're just dropping it to the forefront and letting it release. Trying to get that stress that we lodge in our neck, our back. Now go ahead and rotate it back so you're looking up gently. And let the rest of the body just relax. But you can think about your feet. You can think about kind of activating the lower body muscles. Feel your legs engage. And go ahead and just push while you leaning to the right. Push the energy out of your heel of your hand. And push. Feels good. Now I want you to take them through, clasp your hands, and I want you to scoop, pulling your belly button through to your spine. You saw how I was up here? We want to drop, right? So remember the shoulder blades, drop down and squeeze together. And then push, so you're pushing a little more, you're elongating through and scooping. And even a little more, get your shoulders in there, your shoulder blades, all the things. And now from there, we're gonna go up and a little bit of an arch, not a lot. Make sure you're activating that core to support that low back. I so love these Sundays, these Sunday morning lives with all of you beautiful humans. Go ahead, clasp behind. And you're gonna push it down, straight down. And once again, with the shoulders, we're not here. We wanna drop the shoulder blades and squeeze them together. Open up your chest. Now go ahead and start feeling our feet. Beautiful. So how was your week? How was your consumption? Remember we talked about the things we say to ourselves? We talked about that. The food we're eating, the water, the hydration that we're getting. Also, what else were you consuming? How many hours were you scrolling? How often were you listening to that chatter that comes at you rather than, we talked about living from the inside out, meaning that you have your intention of how you want it to be, and then you deal with it, as opposed to having everything coming at you so quickly. And that's what our world has become, throwing things at you with force, with all sorts of, I'm gonna call it bad energy. I'll leave it at that. But, something that I find fascinating. Go ahead, put your fingertips together and we're going to the reverse prayer. So we were here, we're going up. And then once again, drop your shoulder blades and open up that chest. You think about, I'm gonna kind of put two things together. There's an exercise world and there's a diet world, okay? And then they throw in health on top of that, right? So it's kind of a threefer. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. People trying to sell you a quick fix. And all the reasons is perfect, yeah. And the reality is kind of an inside job. I'm not saying that it doesn't help to have a team, to have people that you bounce back on and rely on, and great information. Do your research though. Find out what's going to work best for you, for your lifestyle, for your goals, for your choices, your options. Why are people paying money to, quote, lose weight? I mean, what about if we looked at the whole picture, right? Looked at all of us, all of our human, look in the mirror and realize that there's so many good things. And sure, can we all have a chance to do things differently? You betcha. Shake them out, shake them out. Now I want you to connect one to the other, see where they go. I do hope over time you have noticed that your range of motion is increasing, that your oxygen is flowing better. Go ahead on your tippy toes. Feeling through our feet. So yeah, we're a whole human, and we're always changing. So the workouts you have one day, or the foods you have one day, the experiences you have one day are going to be different the next day. And I think it's really easy for us to get into ruts and to have expectations that things are going to stay the same. Let it go, shake it out. I remember when my kids were little and they'd be in a really good groove, and I think, oh my God, I've mastered it. Well, of course, the next day it would be something different. They taught me so much. They're the best gifts in the whole experience of this journey. And for that, I'm so thankful. But It truly was, it was interesting watching the little ones grow and that parenting thing. So, yeah, right there, ball the feet, rotate through it. You got it. Come on, feel it. You're going to feel it from the core. Yeah. One more. Okay. We're going to take it down. I want you to inhale up, soft knees to start with. And we'll go down into that squat. And you may be, you may be here. You can be wherever you feel comfortable with. Ideally, you want to be able to open that low back. You're contracting in the core. You're feeling your feet. Your feet are your good solid foundation. And then you're just going to bend those knees. And if you have knee issues, guess what? You're right here. But think about putting the balance to the outside of your feet so they're nice and secure. And then you can certainly use your hands right now for additional balance, particularly if you have tender knees or problems with your knees. We always want to meet our bodies where it's at. There are always options of things you can do to still get a beautiful strength and stretch, lengthening and strengthening your muscles while protecting your body. And a lot of us have either had injuries or because of the way we walk. Oftentimes we put stress on one side of the body more than the other. We're going to drop down. We're going to add into our hamstrings now. Oh yeah. So I want to talk about something that we're going to do in a minute. Your hamstrings, your IT bands, and your glutes all work together. And if you don't have them all balanced, you'll have a tendency to have really tight IT bands and hamstrings. I speak from experience. Now, if you want to go ahead and get more, we've straightened our legs and we're activating the hamstrings, the back of our legs. You can do however you want. You want to go here, you can open up your upper back and your lower back. You can also put your elbows right into your palms and allow that further stretch of those hamstrings. Okay, come back up to that squat and just sit into it. And feel it. Just feel good. And go ahead, right through there. Oh, yes. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Inhale. And we're going to take it all the way down. And I'm going to have you do a little something. So, your IT band, hip to your knee, okay? You know where your lower back is. Okay, you know where your hamstrings are, right? We just worked on those. So we got our glutes, right? Most people don't fire their glutes properly. So what I want you to do is just squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Like, can you feel it? I want you to start focusing on where your glutes are. And as you're moving, I want you to start activating your glutes. Because what happens is when your glutes don't connect at the same time and work and activate along with this IT band, hamstrings, hip flexor, that's when they tighten up. Because the glute is such a large muscle. When it's not firing, when you're not activating it, everybody else is working twice as hard. And hence then you get that little tightness in your muscle. So this week is glute week, okay? I just named it glute week. So think about it. It's a big muscle. See how, I just want you to practice. You could even do it sitting in a chair. Just subtly practice moving that glute, activating it, feeling it engaged in what you do. Okay? Let me know how that goes. Let's find your glute week. Glutes, you know what? Perfect. Take a nice deep breath. Give me a diamond. And as you inhale and exhale, we're going to go forward. You want to keep your back flat, soften through the chest, and breathe into it. So I had so many blessings this week. It was like this, It's this crazy manifesting week. I get down, I stay in this little, I don't know, it's a little motel, maybe 4 stories. It's on the river and it's a couple blocks from the ocean. Very nice people, lovely. I usually get a little studio. And I get there and they said, "Oh, we've upgraded you." And I went, "Oh, okay." So I got upgraded to a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with 2 balconies on the top floor where I could see the ocean and the river. Now, I wasn't too sure how I was going to be able to use all of that, but I can honestly tell you, it was just the best feeling. And I had been referred to another restaurant for breakfast. Um, I have a restaurant I go to, an Italian one that is home cooking. It's amazing. But anyway, they had told me about this one, so I popped in there to the most divine breakfast food I've had in a long time. And it was just, I had this series of amazing people and amazing connections, sunshine, warmth, but vitamin D, and the whole experience. The beach walk was the blues in the sky, the magical colors. It was like everything was so calm, and it was just the weather was beautiful enough to drive my convertible down, top down both ways, both there and back. But I really realized that, inhale, that I was being gifted, and I was so thankful. I had so much gratitude for all of the experiences, the people, and everything was just spectacular. And that was such a beautiful way to experience life. For those of you that don't know me, I am an absolute beach lover. I don't care what the weather is. I don't care what continent I'm on. It's definitely my happy place. It brings me joy. It brings me a sense of calmness. We're going to flex our feet. This time we're going to pull our toes back. If you sit up tall and pull your toes back, you do not have to lean forward very far to get a nice stretch in your adductors, those inner thighs. And if you want to practice your posture, you can be right here. Or take that deep breath as you want to and move forward. It matters not how you do this, as long as you feel this stretch. And remember, where our attention goes, our energy flows. So, feel that flow of that inner thigh. You can feel it. You can just feel it right there. You can see exactly where it is, how tight it is. Yeah. So we did a hamstring. We're working around the leg, as we always do. We'll make sure everybody gets engaged. And you could even do a little, try and activate your glute here. That's a real different feel. Yeah. It's definitely not as easy, but it's kind of fun to start really feeling your muscles and then activating them and feel the contraction and the release, feeling actual movement of that muscle. Because as you become more aware of it, you realize as you're moving, it's all of you together as a team, your whole human. But it kind of is like getting to know yourself. Hey, why not? You spend most time with yourself, so why not figure it all out? See what feels good, see how much better you feel. I know that when I finish this 45 minutes, I have this tremendous gratitude and calm, and it just is really spectacular, and I can't thank you enough for joining me and sharing this beautiful work that I started during COVID, and it popped out at me. And at that time, I had some kind of a real jazzy iPhone 7 or 6 or 2 or who knows what it was. Camera quality not so good. Anyway, I've learned so many things, and the message though is that I am sharing is still the same. Always, always, always. Okay, I want you to go ahead. We're going to go under and over. Okay? So I want you to just drop it as far as it's going to come out of your hip and your arm. You don't want your arm here. You really want to actually look up, and that'll get a little rotation in where your shoulder's at. Beautiful. And how often do we do this move? So much of this stretching is to counteract the sitting that we do. And I'm just as guilty as everybody else. I talk about it and then I see myself slumped in my happy chair, my comfy cozy chair with my laptop, and it's like, that's probably not the best use of your posture. And then I wonder why my low back bothers me sometimes. It's like, note to self, note to self. But you know, if you stretched every day and you took a walk every day, if every human did that, the world would be a far better place. Go ahead and I want you to fold forward with the right, and you're going to take the left back, and I want you to feel right here, this is your hip flexor, and your glute that we've been talking about. Now you're going to isolate your left one, right? Correct. You take that deep breath, and you're going to feel the right one in a different sense than the squeeze on the left. But go ahead, let that gravity open up. You're opening up your right hip. Drop your head. Keep that, feel that little, right? Feel that in the left. And ever so, just shifting the weight back, pushing the glute through, and then just lift your arm up and then elongate that stretch. Inhale, and straight down. We're going to swing that one around. We're going to shift our weight. We're going to pull it back. We're going to lift up. Right now we're going to feel our right glute. Squeeze it right there. Hip flexor. Inhale and take it straight on over. Drop it. Drop it and flop it. Drop that neck. Feel the right side, but you're working the left side. That's another one of those twofers. Yes, yes, yes. Deep breath. Try not to use your hands, try to activate that core. Shifting it back, squeezing, and then extending. Yes. Look up at it. A little further. Elongating. Now we're going to do some windshield wipers. And I want you to push all the way through. And all the way through. So what are your favorite stretches? What do you find that you go to the most? Some are easier than others, I know that. All right, we're going to take it to our back, and we're going to do a bridge. And what we're going to do is find your glutes. So a lot of people don't do their bridges right. The feet are too far out. So bring your heels, push your low back into the floor, anchor those heels, right? Anchor your hips, soften your upper body. So you really want to, in order to activate the low body muscles, if you dig your heels in, it'll activate. So if you're doing strength work, upper torso strength work, think of digging your heels in, digging them in, and that will activate the strength and the power in your lower body. Okay, so that's a tip. And right here, let's exhale. Push it down, and now I want you to grab those glutes. There are other things working, but grab those glutes, right? And then we're lengthening the spine. We're not tucking it under. We're lengthening it. Grab those glutes. You're going to feel everything else working, but this is such a good way to practice finding those glutes, and this is an excellent stretch for everything, okay? Now I feel that oxygen along your spine. And we're going to just go down it nice and easy. Roll down it. Your heel, yep. As you're releasing, you're releasing, you're releasing. Let it all go. Okay? Take a deep breath. Grab in those heels. We're going to go back up. Feel those glutes. Come on, work them, work them, work them. Feel them. Squeeze that booty. We're going to have happy glutes that will support us. All right, let's roll it down gently. Come on, you still got your toes up. Lower back's just settling, and let it all go. How about if we do a third one? I know you're having fun. Grab your heels in. Let's go up. Working it. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Feeling that oxygen. Can you feel? Can you just feel all those beautiful muscles just doing their work? Okay. Deep breath. Exhale. Let's roll it down. We haven't let it go yet. Low back. Hips are down. And release it all. You can feel that, can't you? Balls of your feet together. Opening up to the butterfly. You want to soften the upper torso. Bring your arms overhead. You can leave them right here at shoulder width apart, or you can put your palms together and lengthen that spine. And I want you to feel that oxygen coming through your body, up and out the top of your head. And if you want to close your eyes, feel free to close your eyes. Bring that oxygen through your body, along your spine, opening up your neck, all the way out the top of your head. And exhale. Fill it up. And exhale. Fill it up. And exhale. Go ahead, release your hands, bring them down. Knees are together. Go ahead, place your feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, and you're going to kind of dig your heels in, anchor those hips. You're going to put your right foot on your left leg, and we're going to open that up. You're opening up the right side. You can go here if you want to. See, if you come this way, you're going to add more into the glute and not as much into the IT band. So I am working right on this part by doing this rather than pulling it to activate the back part. Go ahead. Just a slight adjustment can make all the difference in the quality and depth of the stretch. So I always encourage you to just adjust it slightly here, there, and thither, so that you're getting what's really stretching into the muscle and giving you the best stretch. You got that oxygen going, which is just exactly what we want. So where do you give your power away? Where do you let people make decisions for you, choices for you? Just be curious about it. Play with it this week. See where you give your power and see where you give your energy away. You know, start noticing some people are easy to be around, other people are more challenging, and it's the kind of energy they bring to the party. Just play with it. Inhale. Play with it and just be curious. Like, like I said, where do you give your power away? We do it all the time. A lot of it is how programming, training, whatever we've learned through our growing up as we continue to grow up. Yeah, but get curious about where you give your power away, or where you sometimes allow things to happen because you maybe don't have a conversation about it, right? You just keep allowing it and allowing it and allowing it and wonder why you keep allowing it. Yeah, so see where you give your power away. And remember we talked about the power of our words. I bring that up all the time. Our words are so impactful. You know, your cells, your human is listening all the time to that chatter. All the time. And hence it's responding to that chatter. So let's make it good chatter. Happy chatter. Joyful chatter. Yummy chatter. Okay. We are now going to take the right foot over the left. We're going to take the legs to the right and we're going to put our arms up and look to the left. So we're opening up that left hip and up into your spine, rotation of the spine. Deep breath. Beautiful. Now we're going to go ahead and release that. We're going to go the opposite direction. Legs are going to the left and we're going to look to the right. Feel the rotation through the spine, from the hip up into the shoulder. Breathing into it. Feels so good. Now I want you to just bring your knees to your chest and work that low back. It's kind of, you can do circles. You can do side to side. Whatever feels best for you. Extend those legs straight on up. We're going to flex and point. And let's rotate our feet out. Please be kind to your feet. Massage them, talk to them. We put so much stress on our feet. It's crazy. Think about these little tiny things carrying these humans, kind of like our neck, our little tiny neck with this big old head on it. Oh, yes. Be kind to your feet. That's what I say. Because in the bottoms of your feet, there are pressure points that activate everything in your human, all your organs, everything. It's crazy. It's fascinating. Like I said, isn't it good fun to start to get to know our bodies better? And you can talk to them. Hey, feet. Happy feet. Flex them. Right now, with her flex, we're really working through the calves. We're feeling the hamstrings, pushing the low back down. Now, we're going to feel the front of the legs, right? And how about extending that left leg down and bringing your right knee to your chest. And now we're going to put the right hand out and we're going to take our right knee across our body. Getting more stretch for that glute, the IT band, and rotation. Perfect. Give it a nice big hug. Feel that spine lengthening, the upper torso softening. And release that leg, bring the left in, give it a nice big hug. Breathing and lengthening that spine. Take it across your body. Look at that left hand. And get that oxygen in there. Bring it back. 2 fingertips behind. And come on up. All right. I'm going to have you just sit to the side and just lean into it. And then sit back. And then we're going to sit to the side, lean into it, and sit back. Comfortable seat, whatever feels good on you today, however your body is feeling. If you need to stick your legs straight out or whatever you need to do, take a deep breath. And I want you to rotate your shoulders. You're going to drop them. Get any tension out of your neck. And we're going to do some box breathing today. It's such a nice breath pattern. It's going to inhale up for 4, and then we're going to suspend for 4, then we're going to exhale for 4, and suspend for 4. I could say hold, suspend, whatever word works well for you. I know I have a client, when I would use the word hold, she would immediately I'm holding my breath. So psychologically, it was not probably the right word for her. Suspending just means that you're just, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to start by Buddha bellies. You know, you were told your entire life to suck your stomach in. Well, you got to undo that. So Buddha belly up for 4, in the nose. Hold for 4. Now squish it all out. Exhale through your mouth. Squish, 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 squish. Push it all out for 4. Big belly, inhale. Hold. Push it all out. Hold. Feel free to close your eyes. Let's just go a few more sequences. Soften your shoulders. So, thank you so much for joining me. If you liked today's session together, please click the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe, become a part of this community. We'd love to have you here. Also, I encourage you to share with whomever you think would have value from this body of knowledge that I'm sharing, the energy work, the stretching, the breath work, the community, the connection. Please do share right now. I think is a vitally important time in our world to have connections and community to bring us together, to bring us thoughts, ideas, to collectively elevate our consciousness. This week, please, please, please see where you give away your energy and your power. Play with people, see what kind of energy people are bringing to the party, if you get me. You can learn so much about how you might want to interact differently when you look at it from a curiosity of someone's energy rather than their attitude. So many people, I have a book that I give most of my clients, it's What You Think About Me Is None of My Business. I think that's the title. And why I love it is people project their thing on you, and it's how you receive it. It's really enough about you. And to be totally honest with you, very few people spend very little time thinking about you. And they're certainly not concerned about how you're wearing your hair. That I'm positive. So, with that in mind, I would love for you to engage in watching energy. See what that is. See where you're giving your power away. See how you can collect that. Of course, your consumption is so important. Do not pick that phone up when you wake up, please. Please, 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 please. Give yourself the grace. Give yourself the moments. Give yourself some calm. And I'd also like to encourage you, we have some little spring flowers that are popping up, which is always exciting to me. You know, what can you be thankful for? We can always find something to be thankful for. And I encourage you to stretch every day. I encourage you to be aware of your breathing. Legs up the wall, 10 minutes. I'm actually cutting a new one. The one I had that was pretty poor quality. So I will be cutting a new video this week for Legs Up the Wall. And if you want to know when I go live or when I upload new information, please hit the alert button or the notification button, whatever that is. I think it's here, or maybe it's here. Anyway, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am Jina Bieland. I am the creator, founder, and Chief Energy Officer right here at Strength, Stretch, and Shine, where everything is about flexibility, balance, and strength for your mind, your body, and your soul. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any comments, let me know. Some particular areas of stretching you want me to focus on, if you want me to do a shorts or a special live or a 10-minute or whatever that might be, please let me know. I will not be live next Sunday because I'm going out of town for a memorial service. I, however, will be live off and on from San Diego, and you can connect with me there. I will have at least 2 new videos that will be up before next Sunday, so you can take a look at that. Please leave your comments. I share absolute love and joy with you, for you. May your week unfold absolutely from the inside out with whatever your intentions are. Take care. Thank you again. And until next time, be flexible.